Democrats have abandoned months of caution, taking the extraordinary step of announcing an official impeachment investigation into US President Donald Trump. Speaker Nancy Pelosi announced that the House will now begin the inquiry after allegations of an alleged abuse of power.
The president must be held accountable. No one is above the law.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announcing a formal impeachment inquiry after meeting with fellow Democrats this afternoon.
The actions taken to date by the president have seriously violated the Constitution, especially when the president says, Article 2 says I can do whatever I want.
Calls for impeachment have been growing in recent days following a government whistleblower complaint detailing a questionable phone call between President Trump and the Ukrainian president.
I think it's ridiculous. It's a witch hunt.
Democrats hoping to hear from the whistleblower potentially by the end of this week, as President Trump says he's authorized the complete unredacted transcript of his conversation to be released. Tweeting, "You will see it was a very friendly and totally appropriate call. No pressure and, unlike Joe Biden and his son, no quid pro quo."
Donald Trump will leave Congress, in my view, no choice but to initiate impeachment. That would be a tragedy, but a tragedy of his own making.
All eyes will be on the United Nations General Assembly tomorrow, when President Trump will be meeting with the Ukrainian president. The same day, the public will get to see the transcript of their summer phone call.
We're going to go live now to Laura Jays, who's in New York at the United Nations, where we are expecting Scott Morrison to give a speech tomorrow. But can you tell us about this first, what's happening with the Democrats in the United States? It's something that really has come out of the blue.
Well, the development on Ukraine started at the beginning of this week, and it has slowly got to the situation we are now in. It's quite ironic given the months and months, if not years, of investigation into the Russia probe that didn't really bring Nancy Pelosi to that impeachment point. But it's these Ukrainian revelations, the allegations that Donald Trump perhaps asked an improper favour of the Ukrainian president, a quid pro quo, if you like. Now, the details of this phone call will be released tomorrow. Donald Trump announced as much via Twitter. But the impeachment process, we need to be clear, this is just the start of a process. It's a significant development because Nancy Pelosi is the most senior elected Democrat in the House, and she's been holding back some of her more bolshy party members and the caucus that have wanted to push for an impeachment of Donald Trump a lot earlier than this, but she has acquiesced now to their demands, and the Ukrainian issue is the one that has tipped her over the edge. And Elise, I stress, it's a part of a process. It's not a fait accompli. There's a lot of steps that need to go before Donald Trump is impeached, and it does look unlikely at this point. The reason being, well, it comes back down to numbers in the House and in the Congress, in the Senate more particularly. For Donald Trump to be impeached, 2/3 of members would need to vote, and that does not look likely at this stage.